If my partner lost an arm, I would still date them. Move. If my partner lost a leg, I would still date them. If my partner lost all their limbs, I would still date them. Wow, you guys got something good going on here. This is pretty good.
That's so sad. Do people move when you say that?
I mean, I'm just making these up. I have no idea. I'm just totally making these up. Okay, young lady, where are we today?
We're in Washington Square Park in New York.
And you're not from New York, sir?
No, from Rhode Island.
From Rhode Island, a fine state on a fine continent. Okay, so we're going to play a little Spectrum Street Epistemology. We're going to start off with some softball questions. It is better to live in New York than it is to live in any other state in the country. Move. Oh, you disagree. Why? What state is better to live than New York?
Oh man, I'd say California and New Hampshire off the top of my head.
Really? Okay, let's reset it. Stay right there. It is better to live in California than it is in New York. Move. You're both on the agree. Then why aren't you in California?
We're here for grad school.
What do you study there?
Sustainability management.
Climate and society.
There is a climate emergency. Move. Okay, now this is where it gets fun. Hold on. Hey Siri, flip a coin. Okay, is it heads or tails? Heads. Correct, it's heads. So you get to be the decider. So you can either kick her to the strongly agree or disagree, or you can move to the strongly disagree. And that person will argue the other side of the issue.
I'll go to the strongly disagree.
Okay, you're a gentleman, Okay, go over there. Okay, you know what steel manning is?
No.
It's like making the best argument you can for a position, even if you don't believe it, or maybe
Right.
especially if you don't believe it. So steel man to her, the best argument for why someone would be on the strongly disagree.
This is a tough one. I'd say that a lot of the effects that we're seeing cannot directly be attributed to any sort of climate crisis, whereas we might have seen trends in temperature. The effects of those haven't necessarily caught up to us yet. Like sea level rise hasn't fully, put any cities underwater.
So your argument is that the emergency is not now, it's an emerging emergency. Is that
Right.
your argument?
Yes.
Okay. Did you understand this argument? Not agree, but did you understand?
I think so. There
Okay.
is an emergency, but it's just not right now.
Is that correct?
Yeah. Okay.
How would you respond to someone who had that position? Tell him.
If you look at the science and the data, there's more global warming and natural disasters than we've ever seen in history before in the last 5 decades since the Industrial Revolution, which is much more than the latter in history.
Okay. New claim. If climate change can be addressed, it's not an emergency. Move. If it can be addressed in a meaningful way.
Oh, if it's addressable, then it's not an emergency.
Correct.
Is it if it can be addressed or it is being addressed?
If it can be. You both strongly disagree. If no action on climate is taken, humanity will be extinct in 100 years. Move. Why do you disagree?
Because I think humans are resilient.
Tell him.
I think humans are resilient and they might not all die in 100 years. It might be terrible, but everyone might not be dead.
Do you agree with her?
Yeah, pretty much. The way the climate crisis works is select few people probably feel very few harms from it, and a lot of people are going to face the brunt of the damage.
Okay, if every single thing you said was true, and if what she said was true, and you agreed with what she said, then how come you don't disagree?
As opposed to strongly disagree?
Yes.
It's probably just splitting hairs, difference of opinion on the difference between disagree and strongly disagree.
Is there something that she missed in her argument that prevents you from changing your belief to disagree?
No, because I think we were both giving evidence for why we're on the disagree side, and then we just feel that, I guess, in slightly different magnitudes. And I think that, disagree would be is definitely a fine stance to take on it.
But it's not fine enough for you to walk over there.
Right. I think maybe that's because I feel like it would be a pretty drastic change for 100 years from the climate crisis to wipe out all people. Even looking at like the worst projections that we see from like the IPCC in 21, 24, there's a lot of suffering, but it's not like an extinction level event.
Did anything he say convince you to move to strong? Oh, wow. You're moving. Now, what did he say that caused you to move?
I think I didn't understand where I was standing. Like I once I read the sign again, I am like, yeah, I do strongly disagree.
Well, that's Reed. He makes
Reed.
a lot of these questions. He's really good at this.
Great, Reed.
What would it take to move you to slightly disagree?
For the same question?
Yeah.
Like a terrible natural disaster that kills a lot of people.
I'm gonna go with a war sparked by the climate crisis.
Oh, interesting. I'm going to throw you a total curveball. Go back to the neutral. You guys are a couple, right? New claim. Ready? It is more important that my partner be honest with me than faithful to me. Move.
Can you define faithful?
Sexually faithful. You both strongly agree.
It's honest versus faithful, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
So honesty is more important to you.
Definitely.
You important to you?
100%.
New claim. If my partner lost an arm, I would still date them. Move. If my partner lost a leg, I would still date them. If my partner lost a leg and an arm, I would still date them. If my partner lost all their limbs, I would still date them. Wow, you guys got something good going on here. This is pretty good.
That's so sad. Do people move when you say that?
I mean, I'm just making these up. I have no idea. I'm just totally making these up. If my partner slept with someone else and told me about it, I would still be in a relationship with them. Move. Really? Wow. Okay. I wasn't expecting that.
Would you like any? I mean, this is really fun for us, but if you want any context, we can.
Oh yeah, what's the context?
We're polyamorous.
So we date lots of people and know all our partners.
You know all your partners.
Yeah.
Do you like her partners?
I do. Yeah.
Do you like his partners?
Yeah.
What would you do if you didn't like one of his partners?
I feel like it depends why. What makes me not like them?
Are you straight?
No.
Well, okay. Well, that changes the question. But like, let's say she was just a bad person and mean to him.
I would probably talk to him about it. Be like, this doesn't seem good.
And what if you didn't like one of her partners in particular? Would you tell her?
My personal philosophy on that is I try to respect all my partners to make their own decisions, and as long as I trust my partners to know what's best for them, so could give feedback if they ask, but wouldn't try to maybe convince them of something otherwise unless I thought they...
What if she didn't ask and she had a guy who was like just a dick?
Oh man, I'd probably mention something. I think I would probably bring up how her partner made me feel and maybe share about that.
So you put it on yourself.
Right, yeah. I think I wouldn't want to assume if she didn't bring up any about how she was feeling and she really liked this person and it was only me who was feeling like something was wrong, I'd probably share how I was feeling and see if that resonates with her at all.
Do you believe in the concept of marriage?
Not really.
Do you?
I know it exists.
I mean, for you, marriage for you.
I don't necessarily see myself getting married for like societal reasons, but I think there are a lot of like legal protections that come with it that could be useful at some point down the line.
Are you happy?
Yeah.
Are you happy?
Yes.
What does he do that makes you happy?
He's very kind.
That strikes me as kind.
He does, yeah, I agree. He's very kind and good at communication and just makes me happy to be around him.
What does she do that makes you happy?
She's lovely to talk with and always interesting to hear about her life stories and go on adventures with.
You guys are lovely people. Thank you for playing the game.
Thank you.
Guys, I really wish you the best of luck.
Thank
You're
you.
lovely people. You're lovely
Thanks,
people.
you too.
All right. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell. This falls under the umbrella of my nonprofit, National Progress Alliance. Your generous donations keep us going and help fuel content like this. We truly appreciate your support. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.